I think all girls should learn how to DJ, so I'm going to teach you how to DJ. So I'm actually going to teach you how to start beat matching and blending tunes and stuff together. I just want to say this is literally going to be the hardest part. Like, the beat matching personally is what I found the hardest part, and it took me a long time to be comfortable with it. When you're doing this, just be prepared for it to not go right, because I mean, you might be a natural professional, but when I first started doing it, I generally used to get so angry at the fact that I couldn't beat match, and I used to just like storm out the room through frustration because I was just like, I can't do it. But over time, when you keep doing something, you actually learn how to do it. So what I'm teaching you today, you're going to need to practice over and over again, because you're not going to get it the first time. You might, but like, it's very unlikely. Just be prepared for frustration. Before we get started, I need to explain some very crucial things for mixing that you need to understand, which might not make sense now, but when you listen to songs, you will eventually just pick it up by ear and it will make sense. Okay, so the first thing is about beats. So in each bar, there is 4 beats. To make it make sense to you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 bar. In each phrase of a song, there is, generally speaking, 4 to 8 bars. So either 16 beats or 32 beats. I don't know if that makes sense, but eventually you'll pick it up by ear. My advice with that is listen to the songs that you have downloaded for mixing and start doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 whilst you're listening to them, and then you'll hear each phrase like when it changes, and understanding when your songs change and where the beats are will make it a lot easier to mix. What I'm explaining probably makes no sense to you right now, but to put it into simple terms, every 4 bars something small kind of happens, and every 8 bars something bigger happens. And then beat matching basically means the start of each bar is hitting at the same time on each track, also that both tunes are playing at the same tempo or BPM, however you want to call it. So now I'm going to show you how to do these things. So to load in a tune, you just need to have your USB plugged in, and on the deck that your USB is in, you can click USB. Unless you're on loading it in for the other deck that your USB isn't plugged into, you're going to click link, and that will link it to the other deck, and you'll be able to see your USB on the other side. Once it's in, you'll have all these options of artist, album, track, key, playlist, and all of that stuff. The thing I use the most is playlist and key. On CDJs, this is the button that you use to click, so if I push down, that will just take me to the next thing. Some decks are touchscreen as well, which is a lot more useful. Just find the tune that you want, and then click on it, and then that will load it up onto here. If you're mixing on your laptop, you just need to go into record box, and where it says export up here, just click on performance, and then it should change the page to that. Make sure your USB and your controller is plugged into your laptop, and then it should all connect. And then if you just grab a tune and either drag it in, that's one side, and then you can drag another one in to the other side, or there should be buttons on your decks that say load to deck, so you can use those instead. But on your mixer, make sure the side that you've got the tune load in, this one is up when you're putting your first song in. When you're putting your second one in, always have it down to start with. I normally always start with these settings on my EQ, just have everything up. Yeah, we're just gonna play the song. You can add some effects to start with if you want. Let your song play out for as long as you want. Generally speaking, I normally start to cue in the next song at around 16 bars-ish. But everybody's style of mixing is different, so you don't have to do that. Just cue in the next song whenever you want to cue it in, as long as it's in time and it works. There's no like set rule.